Mr. Clinton, we're here to discuss your ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
Damn! What's your name, Sugar Shorts?
Based on the newly unsealed files from the Justice Department, over 3 million documents, including emails between your staff and Ghislaine Maxwell about jet travel and social events, have been revealed. Let's start with the client list.
The what? The list of high-profile individuals who allegedly visited Epstein Island or flew on his plane? Hey, is that girl over there wearing a thong?
Bill!
Mr. Clinton, your name appears on flight logs 25 times. 26?
Bill!
I mean, what trips? You took trips to Africa with celebrities. Oh yeah, I remember those trips.
Bill!
The documents show photos of you swimming in a pool and relaxing in what looks like a hot tub, possibly at one of Epstein's properties. Oh man, thinking about that hot tub is getting me so hot right now.
Bill!
What hot tub?
Mr. Clinton, the client list?
And nobody cares about the client list. I mean, Jeffrey's gone and Ghislaine's in prison. Case closed.
He's right. Case closed.
It's not case closed.
The DOJ just released millions more pages last month, including your emails and those framed photos in Epstein's mansion.
Hey, do you like wet cigars? Mr. Clinton!
Why are we even trusting these documents? The Trump DOJ delayed the release for years. This is just political theater to distract from Trump's crimes.
That's out of order. We're here for facts, not conspiracy theories. Mr. Clinton, did you know Jeffrey Epstein?
Know him? Hell, we were best friends.
Bill!
I mean, nope. Never met him.
Are you sure?
I mean, I kind of knew him. You kind of knew him? Well, there were those humanitarian trips to Africa on his plane in 2002 and 2003 for the Clinton Foundation. But that's it. I didn't know about any crimes he committed, though.
Humanitarian trips? The files include a deposition where Epstein invoked the Fifth Amendment over 600 times when asked about you. And one accuser testified that Epstein bragged, "Clinton likes them young," referring to girls. Mr. Clinton, how many times have you been to Epstein Island?
26.
Bill!
I never even heard of that place before, Never set foot
Homer,
there.
where's your proof beyond these cherry-picked logs? The files also show Epstein emailing Steve Bannon and corresponding with former White House advisors. Why aren't we hauling in Trump or Musk?
Speaking of the White House, how many times did Jeffrey visit you there?
17 times. Never. Never seen him there before. Mr. Clinton, what about the clients? Clients? What clients?
Well, if there wasn't a client list, why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison?
for trafficking.
You see? Bill's innocent. Case closed.
So if there's no client list, then the victims that were trafficked weren't real. Oh, the victims were real. As someone who grew up in a home with domestic abuse, I would never associate with a man like Jeffrey Epstein.
Good afternoon, everyone. I've just completed over 6 hours of testimony before the House Oversight Committee regarding Jeffrey Epstein. I answered every question thoroughly, directly, and under oath. Let me be absolutely clear. Until those questions started this morning, I had literally never heard the name Jeffrey Epstein. Not once in my life. The man was a complete unknown to me. He might as well have been a fictional character from a movie or a book I've never read.
You've never heard of Jeffrey Epstein?
Jeffrey Epstein? No. It sounded almost made up when it was first uttered in that room today. I had no clue he even existed.
You had no clue?
None whatsoever. It was genuinely startling to hear about. And all of this for the very first time.
Well, what about Epstein Island?
The island? Little St. James? I never heard of it before those questions today. Never once. This was a new place that I have never heard of. Never been there, never even seen it referenced in any context. Total blank slate.
Well, what about the flight logs?
Flight logs, a so-called client list, any documents or allegations connected to him? First I'm hearing of any of it. I don't recall ever seeing, hearing about it, or even being aware of such things in relation to anyone.
Come on, your husband flew in Jeffrey's private jet 26 times. He never mentioned Jeffrey to you?
My husband, Bill. We've been together a long time. We've shared a lifetime together. And if there had been any acquaintance, any mention of this person, Jeffrey, any talk of planes, properties, or anything tied to Jeffrey, it would have surfaced long ago. But like I said, it never did. Not a single word. In fact, during a break today, when some of these details came up, I texted Bill. And he had no clue what I was talking about. He was completely puzzled. He said, "Jeffrey who? We have no idea who this Jeffrey Epstein is. Zero connection. Nothing at all."
Wait. Ghislaine Maxwell was at your daughter's wedding.
Ghislaine Max... I don't know. I didn't even know she was at Chelsea's wedding until today. I had no idea who she was in any real sense until these questions arose in the deposition today. I didn't even know she was at the wedding until it was brought up this morning. I mean, it was a complete surprise. I entered that room expecting perhaps a discussion of how historical cases were managed by agencies, something policy related, but instead, it was hour after hour of revelations about people and events I'd never encountered or heard of until those very moments. I was as taken aback as anyone would be hearing it all for the first time. That's the full truth. I have nothing more to add because there's simply nothing else to add. Thank you.